So here we are at Vintage Velvet Surfers Paradise for Mental Revolution, and I have with me Sharon Hunneybell.
Yep.
Beautiful, I got that right. From Startup Apprentice. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So Startup Apprentice formed in 2013. We formed it off the back of a startup weekend actually. So
cool.
My daughter was about 15 at the time, and she participated in the startup weekend. And I saw her. She joined a group with a 10-year-old boy, and they were exploring an idea, and they built an app in the weekend. And I saw her come alive over the course of that weekend, and I just started thinking, this is something that kids should be learning in schools. They should be learning how to explore ideas. They should be getting in touch with technology, and they should be thinking about entrepreneurship as a career path at that point in their life. So I joined up with Sam Winter, who was another friend of mine who was actively working in the startup scene, and we formed Startup Apprentice. We put together an 8-week after-school program originally, and we pitched it to Varsity College, who then picked it up, and we ran our pilot program it went through from March until July 2014, I think it was.
Wow.
So since then, we've had 250 students across the Gold Coast have had ideas go through the program. I think we've had 60-something businesses validated.
Wow.
60 businesses. And a lot of those kids have gone on to progress them. So I've got a couple of kids who are ready to launch their apps in the App Store.
Awesome.
We had the Gold Coast runs a Mayor's Technology Awards, and in the last Mayor's Technology Awards, the first and second place getters had been part of our program as well. So it's a great program. I'm very passionate about seeing kids exploring that.
2013, you said. Started in 2013.
Yes.
So we're in our third year.
Yes.
Excellent. 60 businesses
Yes.
have come out of it so far.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. So you are the director, co-founder?
I sit at a board level at the moment. So we have got a program coordinator, and we've got some operational staff. And
so how many are there?
Oh, no. It's only, so what we actually do is we bring in mentors from the community, and we have got a few staff within our business, but the majority of the people that we bring in are actually volunteers from businesses or who have their own startups, who are passionate about seeing kids follow their dreams, who actually come in and support the program.
Beautiful.
And if there's anyone out there who is interested in signing up as a mentor, you can go to startupapprentice.com.au and sign up.
There you go, startupapprentice.com.au. Sign up to be a mentor.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and get involved in helping bring out entrepreneurs straight out of school. Yeah. Awesome. And so in these last 2 years, I imagine, is it your full-time gig?
No.
Right. So is it all after hours? You're having days off during the week? How are you managing this?
No. So I do sit, as I say, I sit at the board level at the moment.
Yeah.
So the first couple of years I was working on it, or the first year I was working on it full time.
Yeah.
I actually work for another startup here on the Gold Coast. Full time, and I sit at a board level these days. But we have got a program coordinator, we've got an operations manager who sit in the business full time at the moment to run it.
So how much time does it require of you now?
I would still easily put in anywhere between 5 and 20 hours a week. Whenever we pilot a new program, I like to be there, so I make sure that I'm there. It's whenever you launch a passion project, it's never going to be small. You're always going to have a level of investment in it, and you're always going to have to put a fair degree of time into it. But it's when you're passionate about it, you don't mind.
Excellent. And so when are you finding that 5 to 20 hours? Where are you fitting that in?
Just move the family aside.
After hours.
It is. It's mostly after hours. It is. It's nearly all after hours. So
you've got family as well?
Yeah, I've got kids.
Wow.
So my daughter just graduated from high school this year.
What?
So
You're too young for that. Okay, so that's amazing. So you've got kids. So what time? What time are you starting? At 9?
Well,
So
no,
you do.
I'm a morning person.
Right.
So
Awesome.
I find my brain works better in the morning. If I try and do stuff at night, it takes me 3 times longer than it does in the morning.
Yeah.
So I usually wake up at about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
This is really terrible to admit. Grab my laptop, which is usually beside my bed, and start emailing and responding to things, creating content or whatever it is that I need to do.
Are you waking anybody up with that tapping?
Probably.
Beautiful.
You know,
but it works.
I'm in the zone.
It works.
So,
the family dynamic's still working.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, I have a supportive family.
That's excellent. Excellent. So you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have the family, and you can have the successful startups as well. Yeah.
I believe that you can.
Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just about fitting it in where it fits in, and you still manage to get sleep.
Sleep when I'm dead? Is
Right,
that what they say?
Oh well. So how much sleep are you getting?
I probably go to bed around somewhere between 11 and midnight, and then get up at 5.
Wow.
So what's that? 6.
Wow.
And then you have a little sleep in on the weekends to 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. and so how are you managing this? And so your day job.
Yeah.
You got a day job as well.
Yeah.
And that's 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Is that how that works for you, or?
I probably put in more than that, I would say.
Yep.
That's
You're in the office
that's
at
a
that
startup
time?
as well.
Yeah.
You know,
You putting in more time than that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
You just do what you got to do to get the job done.
Yeah.
And you know, as long as I think that whatever you're doing, if you can find an element about it that you really enjoy and you're really passionate about, you don't mind putting in the time.
No.
And so look, I'm a bit of a workaholic.
Excellent.
My family, they know that it makes me happy and they support me in it.
Excellent. And so, are there any big, huge challenges that have potentially come your way in the last 2 years that you've learned a massive lesson from?
Oh gosh. So if we're talking Startup Apprentice, it has been a very hard path to try and find a good revenue model around it.
Right.
So you know, and you have to find a balance between doing good in the community, but also making sure that you and the people that are supporting you in the business are being compensated, you know, financially and in a fair way. And there's a real quite often you feel like these sorts of things, they should just happen, that you should just be doing it for free, but you can't keep giving of yourself for nothing. So it's so I guess that's been the biggest thing, is trying to find the right revenue model where you're able to deliver a community service at a price point where they can afford, and where you can still support your staff and your staff are well looked after. And it's actually something that we're still battling with, but we're getting closer.
Cool.
So yeah.
Absolutely, and I can honestly say that first episode, so just launched on Mental Revolution, a community project that that we're very passionate about, but I know we're going to see the same challenges.
That's it, and you'll burn out if you try and do everything for nothing. You burn out, so you've got to be really careful with the model, your business model. Just keep iterating it. Keep exploring new things.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Sharon. And how can people connect with you with regards to
most people commit, so you can go to startupapprentice.com.au if you're interested in that. I'm on Twitter, ShazyBell78. You're welcome. ZZYBELL, Sharon Hunneybell. I've got lots of people that follow me on there, and you'll always get updates on there. So
unreal.
And we've got a Facebook page. You'll find us.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sharon.
No worries.
That was absolutely inspiring.
Thank you.